And we're live for part 2 of Friday then Saturday. So what the fuck, guys? I am the Dark Goddess incarnated, Lilith, and all of the others. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger, God, his very first child. In order to keep up with me, or call me the High Priestess Phoenix, or just Phoenix. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted in my community page in my latest live video. What are we doing? Shadow work, people. Shadow work. Let's dig in the shadows. I didn't address something that I talked about this morning, and now we're going to take it on. NF released his little video, whatever, his album, and I lit his ass up this morning, and I wanted to talk about it. I got a good download while I was having a cigarette. What was it? You guys, okay, thanks. You're making music about trials and tribulations. You make music about the complaints of what it feels like to grow up. That's exactly what no fucking young person wants to fucking listen to ever. Boo. Yeah, it's boo-hoo. Boo-hoo childhood trauma.
We want to learn about bitches and guns,
You've long forgotten what excites the younger generation. You're making music for fucking people like you. Whatever. I don't know how NF is supposedly a Christian rapper. Is that because he's always begging God for something or yelling at God about something that makes him Christian? He's not Christ-like by no means. But here we go with another album. Oh, and then yeah, Ali came out and said some shit about begging for fucking love like he always is. You don't know what the concept of music is, bro, and you think that you're fucking creative, complaining about your 30, 40, 50-year-old fucking problems to a younger generation that's just trying to live life and be excited about it. All you're drowning the music, the fucking waves with, is how fucking fucked up it is to become an adult. You're all talking about your adult problems. To a bunch of kids that don't care. Change the channel. Yeah, people like you with adult problems that whine and fucking moan and groan. Misery loves the company. There wasn't not one fucking, out of 6 songs, you couldn't make anything upbeat. You came out, you waited 3 years to whine at God. Jeez, that's all you guys done since we went through the awakening. Every fucking song you come out with is whining about how it is to be an adult. You're trying to fucking teach kids how to be an adult. That's why they go to music. They go to music to get away from adulthood, bro. God, you're so pathetic. I don't care. I mean, I understand. If that's all we need to understand is why are they all falling apart? Because of what they're speaking, bro. They're speaking fucking madness, bro. Just negativity. Just drowning the radio waves with nothing but praises to the trials and tribulation days. Woe is me is the vibe on the radio. Woe is me. Whoa, bro. I am so tired of hearing about your fucking problems. We all have problems. And that's it. People that are stuck in their problems like the problems, you know, the problem child. There are probably plenty of you suffering, but for those of us that aren't, I mean, you fucking blow. Blow that out. I knew it was going to be terrible when you linked up with MGK. And his was even worse. Ugh. To think, Marshall, you wasted fucking music on him. Listen to him. He's just talking. They both are. Just talking about their middle-aged problems. Cannot believe it. A bunch of ungrateful white boys that are complaining about being rich and famous. Oh, is that you, Eminem? Is that you, Russ? Is that you, Logic? Jesus Christ, who did this? I blame the old guy. You set the fucking tone. Now everybody's fucking tone deaf. I need a hero. This goes back to Wolfman. Hey, bro. If there's anything I do like about you, is that you're not trying to be a rapper. Trying to play the guitar. I always had this idea that this dude would be in the group. You could learn. We could learn together. I want to learn how to play the harp. It's about this. A couple more strings. I don't know how to read music. We could learn together. I'm just saying, they're fucking stupid as fuck, bro. That's some shit. That's some shit. That's some midlife. Are you listening to this shit? Don't listen to that shit, though. Dig up some old shit. Something that, some good rock and roll, some pop, some fucking soul music, some jazz, something better than what the fuck is on our fucking radio waves right now. Hey, you need to look in the mirror. Oh, come on, mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm starting with the man in... Dude, you are never going to get a Grammy like this, bro. You're done. When are you going to realize you guys are done? It was a generation. We were part of a generation, a hateful generation. We're the Fight Club generation. It's best for us to die. The way that we lived, all angry, all rebellious, all just, built up and pussies. Just let it go, bro. Forgiveness is key. Forgiveness is key. If we go back to that, if somebody could have found Eminem, Marshall, along the way, and just taught him some forgiveness, bro, we'd have a different type of man on our hands, and we'd have a different type of music playing through the waves. It's like you set the tone, bro. I'm not blaming it on you, but they all wanted to be like you, and they tried to follow your recipe to bullshit. And now look it, bro. There's a million stands in the stands. It's awful. They're all trying to do what you did, which is complain about your life. Fuck, I don't complain about it. I cry about it. Might scream a little. Oh man, guys. Well, at least I can fucking pronounce this one. Number 37. What does that say? We're in the dangerous part of life. We're facing the mirrors. I don't know what to say. I was waiting for a long time for him to open his mouth, and that's not exactly what I expected. Never know what to expect, I suppose. I knew it wasn't going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. You never know, bro. I don't know what God's doing with people. I blame the people around you, bro. I blame your wife. I blame people, bro. They enabled you. They told you to do this, bro. They told you this was a good move for you. And I believe you're, signed to a label, so, the label had to sign off on this cunt-ass shit. This is some cunt-ass shit, bro. Did you listen to a word he said? Not a fucking word, bro. I'm listening for a vibe. I'm not there for his poetry acts about his, long, extended, wordy fucking explanations about his life. I listen for the tone. It's all terrible. Alright, there are different parts of yourself that you can do that can do different tasks. We talked about that in our earlier video. It was the string theory of the sun. How there are different layers to your being. Look at the real self within the shadow. And that's what we were talking about also. It was in the Six of Wands. We were talking about the shadow side, I think it was. What did you hear? 6, 7. It's like that kid, dude. We took this fucking kid. He was a weird kid. Talk about Tourette's. He was a weird kid. This lady gave us her kid to go take trick-or-treating, and he literally was saying that at people's doors. I didn't really get the joke.
It's from a song where this girl, she asked this dude how tall he was, 6, maybe 7. 6, 7. That's talking about his feet, 6.
I thought he was talking about the fucking Lil Wayne song.
No,
6
we're talking
foot,
about a
7
song
foot,
that really
8
sucks.
foot. I don't know what it's talking about. I don't know. See, we don't know what the fuck these kids are talking about. What the fuck are you talking about right now? What you see in the mirror may not always be true. Society can sometimes dictate what your appearance to fit societal norms. Discard this ideal if it doesn't fit or benefit you. I shared that earlier. Did you see those pictures, bro? I shared it in my community page. I saw it just one scroll on Facebook. They were both there. I saw Amy Schumer and her before and after pictures, and then I saw Megan Trainor. Dude, she looks terrible. And then you look at someone like fucking what's her fucking face? As soon as I see her, I see Mac. What's her fucking face? I can't stand her fucking face. Adriana Grande. Dude, these fucking bitches look older than me, bro. And I just made a whole teaching about this yesterday. It's like, why can't we just become Betty White? What's wrong with that? Why can't we be beautiful blowjob Bettys and our hair go white and we get wrinkles? Why can't we just be beautifully aged? And that's what I pointed out. I was like, did this make Amy any funnier? She's going to sell more tickets now that she's skinny? Or she's going to start making fun of fat girls now that she's skinny? And as far as, you know what I mean, I'm all about that bass. She has no more bass in her. She's all fucking skin and bones. Does that help her become a better singer? Bitch, you look cold. No, they did this to feel beautiful, bro. Whatever these women are putting in their bodies to do this, bro. And I know what it is. There was this episode years ago on the Shark Tank where these two people came out with this crazy fucking weight loss thing. And they bought it up and they deleted the videos. They had to run it through all of this shit. It took this long and now it's out there. And these bitches are injecting it, bro. And they're turning into fucking Skeletors. You think they look beautiful, but what the fuck did they put in their body to eat it up like that, bro? What kind of chemical eats up fat like that, bro? And turns you into a fucking bones. Straight bones. Does it stop? What happens when you get off of it? Is it like birth control and you're going to blow up like the, you know what I mean, the Macy's Day Parade? You're going to have a bunch of big-ass fucking chunky-ass 700-pound women running around here? What's the side effects? They don't know. Clinical trials. How many times did they do this before they started put it on the market? You can buy that shit on Facebook, dude. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's $135 a month. Every girl's dream, bro. To be skinny. But are they beautiful skinny? That's all they told us to do is be skinny and we'll be beautiful. If you don't get your fucking alarm. I got real skinny over the summer, bro. Me and my daughter were sharing the same clothes. I felt real honored. I felt real beautiful. I felt empowered. But at the same time, I felt like something was wrong. I've never been like this before. Never in all my years. I remember I just jumped sizes. I got hips and a butt real quick, so my waist became bigger. I went from, you know what I mean, size 11 to 13. I don't never remember being in anything. 9, 11, 13, and I stayed there forever. Unless I had babies. I was a 13, 14, always. Over the summer, I got down to a fucking 12, almost 10, like her. We were right between it. She was in a 10, I was in a 12, and we were sharing clothes. And it felt inspiring and shit and beautiful, but I realized real quick, like, I've never been this. How did I do this? And then I start looking at how it happened. You don't eat. You're nonstop working. You're nonstop moving. Look at how much you didn't, you know what I mean? Look at what did this to your body. And that's it. I didn't go to a fucking gym. Talk about stress. Stress and constant movement over and over, like not sleeping, always doing stuff, doing hard jobs, labor jobs, moving. Every time I moved into that hotel or moved out, I was packing up bags. I was always, every morning, doing all kinds of shit. And it was beautiful. I worked really hard to get it. But for what? It didn't get me a job. It didn't get me, nobody saw it. I mean, when I moved in, yeah, of course. But it didn't, it made me feel a little bit, you know, empowered. But it wasn't really, it didn't make me anything more. And as I got back into my 14, as I am now, I'm like, I feel comfortable. I'd rather feel comfortable. Like, being that skinny didn't make me feel comfortable. It made me feel like, first off, I didn't have clothes to fit that. I just, you know what I mean? I just lost all my big clothes and kept moving downwards. And second, it's like, I don't know if I can even maintain this. Why buy clothes for this? I don't think I'm going to stay this size. I've never been this size before. Fine, that's whatever, but, you know, when I did that, that was one of my biggest things. I felt like my boobs went down. That was my biggest insecurity. I was like, I felt like they used to sit up real high and they were all big. My arms got skinnier, so then I had, like, flabby arms now. That was never an issue before. I filled my arms. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, my thighs, I didn't have that. They were filled with weight. Now they got, like, cellulite because they got thinner. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. The price to pay to look thin. You know what I mean? And did it do anything? Did it make me more attractive? It made me feel good for a little bit, but I'm not the type to look at myself in the mirror like crazy like that anyways. And just to be me was comfortable, because when I woke up, I was a big girl. How big were you? I was like 18, bro, almost pushing 20. Those are women's sizes, and those are seriously big sizes. They're not huge. They're just big. What's huge? 22, 24. Now you really need to go to a fat camp. Like, you're easily over 250 if you're in those sizes, bro. You're easily over 250. Really? Yes. Yes. And yes. But as far as those itty-bitty sizes, bro, that was before I was even a teenager. So expecting these women to be 2s and 4s and 6s, what the fuck are you doing, bro? That's my son's waist is bigger than that. How do I know? Because I tried to get him some fucking work pants. This fucking kid, do you know what he did to me? 9 o'clock at night, he tells me the very next day that they're going to the Denver Bronco job fair and he's supposed to dress up for the occasion. He doesn't own anything but sportswear. Like, he doesn't own a pair of jeans, not a button-up shirt, none of that shit. It's like, oh my god, and I don't even know what size you are, dude. So thank God we have, you know, a clothing bank downstairs, and I had to run down and I had to look up his sizes, and I didn't even know. He's got a tiny-ass waist. So, like, for us women, so for you guys to have an understanding, what a 14 would be, I can tell you, is a 32 in men's. He's like a 20-something 6. Right? So think about it. These girls, you're expecting them to have waists even smaller than a skinny little teenage boy. Okay, fine. You might find them like that in the beginning, but once you put a baby in it, the body expands. Literally, the hips have to widen to push a baby out. Everything expands. So to get her back into that little boy form is pretty fucking dangerous. And it's like, why can't she just be? Why can't her body evolve with time? What good does it be for Kris Jenner to walk around as the sexiest 70-year-old woman? All that means is guys want to fuck her. That's all that means, bro. What, I make women jealous? Who do you make jealous looking like this? Are you a spokesperson for a catalog of, you know what I mean, plastic surgery? Are you a, you know what I mean? Like, no, you paid out your pocket to do that. You paid great money to do that. You wanted to, for your 70th birthday, you wanted to be 20. Your daughters looked older than you at your birthday. Did you enjoy that? As your husband tried to look more beautiful than your daughters. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Kris Jenner, why did he become a woman? Was that, you know what I mean? Because he wanted to be desired by what? Okay. When I take it all off, it's what I am. And to be honest, why do I gotta put it all on just to make you like me? I said that in my earlier video. I was like, hold on, I gotta take out my fucking teeth. Reminding you that I've got plastic too. What happened with my teeth? My awakening. Spell work, bro. They tried to bind my throat, and that was one thing I really lost, was the back of a lot of my teeth. It's not a big, terrible thing to me. And then when I think about it, it's like, you know, I think about, you know, My Crooked Smile. I think it was J. Cole that wrote that song. It's like, I got some money, I think I should, you know, like, shit like that. It's like, how much do I gotta pay, and what do I gotta do to make you like me? And if I don't look like that, and I don't dress like that, and I don't act like that all the time, that just means you won't like me. So realistically, you just don't like me. Because
Not
I'm
really.
not that. But if I do that, you will. But if I'm just this, you won't. That means a lot more to me when people like me for nothing. I find that very extraordinary. Like that day that guy asked me for sex, he had seen me in more pleasing ways than that morning, I'm sure. Just like the other guy. I wear full on, you know what I mean? I really do wear those oversized pajamas that, you know what I mean, are just these enormous t-shirts, and I'll throw some sweatpants on, and then I got my headphones and my jacket, and I look like all kinds of type of scrubby out there. And I'm not trying to bother nobody, but when someone comes up and starts telling me I'm beautiful, that feels really good, because I didn't have to do anything to be beautiful. You just think I am. And that makes me feel good. It's like, you have no idea, I really am beautiful. I can be beautiful. Wait, watch this. But that's where what it is are you beautiful without being deemed beautiful by societal fucking, you know what I mean, standards? They don't want to be Kim Kardashian. Hey, bro, Kim's looking old, bro. Every picture that they took of her at her mother's birthday, she looked old. But so did her sister. Look at how old Kylie looked. They all looked old, bro. And they're not allowed to? When will they be able to be old, bro? At what age do we accept our age? Like, when does Marshall start acting his age? That was a good one. I'm just saying, whatever. Do whatever you want to yourself. As I said that I saw the salt and pepper on a man. That is so beautiful to me.
What's that?
It's where they have, like, grays in their mustaches and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or in their hair. I think it's beautiful. George Clooney was considered beautiful because he was a man. Not because he had a sexy body, but because he was a sexy man. He had gray hair and he was like a man. For real.
Sounds like daddy issues.
I guess. Duality, reflection and reality. When I was a child, my grandmother, who still carried with her the stories of Ireland, told me about fetch that had appeared to someone the family knew. A fetch in the Irish tradition is an unlikely appearance of someone's exact double. It's a doppelganger. We often now refer to someone who looks like someone else as a doppelganger, which is the course of German term for a double. Apparently, a girl was walking... Oh, man, do I gotta speak on this? Okay. So yesterday I started my video and I showed you guys my big-ass cover-up. I was like, do you see this? I covered myself up. It's buttoned up from my neck, and it covers all the way to my fucking toes, and it's cuffed at my wrists, and I cover myself up. Alright, so then Jonica goes and posts a long dress, but she has to undo all the buttons and show you her underwear. She has to show you what's under this cover-up dress. It's not cute until she shows you her fucking underwear. I appreciated that, Jonica. I really was just going to keep it to myself. It really didn't matter. It just made me crackle. You know that witch laugh that I do? Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that because, again, no matter how much you try to fucking be me, you will never see me, bro. And as I told you before, he doesn't like you because you're conservative. He likes you because you're a whore. He likes me because I'm conservative. If you try to be me, he's not going to like you. If I tried to be a whore like you, he wouldn't like me. There's different parts that we feed. You feed that part. You feed his flesh, I feed his soul. Ta-da. Moving on. It was really funny. I thought it was. Fucking doppelganger. She always trying to be a bitch. If not me, she's trying to be Kim Kardashian. She's trying to be any bitch. Any bitch she can see that looks good, she want to be that bitch. For fucking, you know what I mean, for Friday night. She want to dress up in her clothes. She want to be that bitch, bro. She want to be anybody but her mama and who she is. Quiet on his head. Okay, doppelganger. This other girl had an excuse for being there and said she was from another city, and just as amazing to see... I'm seeing that movie. What was it called? What is it called? What is that movie with Jodie Foster, dude? It was fucking scary. Come on, men. Use your freaking energy. Say it to me. I don't know. I seen it. It's crazy. It'll come back to me. The guys are screaming it from the crowd, but I can't hear them. This bitch is standing in my face. She said she was from another city and amazed to see her double as the girl from the town. The first girl invited the second girl to have dinner with her family that night. She wanted to show the mystery girl to her family, knowing that they would be amazed. She shared her address and gave her time and agreed to meet. When the girl returned home to get ready for work, she told her mother about what she had seen. Her mother, knowing the lore of fetch, was of course very afraid. She begged the young woman not to go to work because her fear for her, and explained that the person she had met was a mere image of her. Well, maybe the warning of her own death. The young woman laughed about this and told her mother to expect the other young woman for dinner. Neither would make it to dinner. The young woman inexplicably collapsed on her way home and passed away. Her mere image did not show at the home. According to my gran and most of the Irish stories, fetches are not in themselves harmful, but the premonition of what's to come. They are spectral versions of the self, a kind of alter ego, if you like, or an extension of the soul. Irish mythos state that seeing a fetch in the morning means death, but seeing one at the end of the day means long life ahead. In Irish mythos, it's also in the Norse that an altered ego who looks like a person but is not, or an animal that is one shape-shifted into, is one way to connect with the gods and see, on page 99, gods and listen to what they have to say. The idea of a double or another part of the self that has different jobs or tasks is not unusual to these traditions. We are not what the mirror sees. We are so much more than that. Plant companion is mirror plant, and the crystal companion is pyrite. Interesting. On page 100. There's more than meets the eye. As far as altered egos, yeah, I started with a few of those. How many? 7? Different parts of me that handle different parts of my life that just, you know what I mean? Shine differently. Realistically, y'all. There's parts of you that you're hiding the shadow. There's all of it. That's the whole point of it. I don't really think this is a premonition to anybody's death. But, people die. Not a big deal. But, there's this... My daughter always talks about Coraline, and I'm not exactly sure what that movie is about, to be honest. I just know that the beginning's pretty freaky. In the sense of the higher self, there's Lilith, living Lilith's life in an altered dimension of when Lilith was just here for the first time. And then there's Lilith, me, here now, living parallel to that life, but with all of the knowledge of my other lives. So, Lilith carried on through Hecate, through Isis, through Kali, through Morgan, through Medusa, through Bridge, through time. That piece of Lilith lies here. Does that make sense? Probably not. Oh, she's sleeping really good. The self. Is all of yourself here? No, even my whole high self. I can't fit all of myself into one body because I'm made of multiple selves. I guess I'm here, as I'm saying that, cells. If a life was a self and you had access to all your selves, but you're living a current self here, what is the self? Is it who you dress yourself? And that's what I said. What are you going to dress yourself up as this week? Russ, you're going to be a hardcore rapper and come out like that? Who is yourself? Who's your identity this week? You decide who to project out to the world. This is me. This is myself. Who am I? Told you who I am. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am God's messenger. His first creation, called the Divine Feminine, reincarnated here in the flesh. This life self on a piece of paper has a name of Lisa. So in essence, part of myself is Lisa. Lisa ran all of this life until 40 years old. And then Lisa started to lose control and let the spirit take control. Which spirit? Spirit of God and her higher self, which is me. After relinquishing control, the spirit of me, which is herself, the higher self, took over the self, which was nothing more than the name and the memories and the experiences locked in the mind. So, for example, yesterday, there's new people, the new management is on site. They're all over. Since I'm the only fucking person that went to that video, or went to that meeting, I'm the only people that know these people. So as they come in, I'm saying hi to them. Yesterday I was sitting out in my jumpsuit and she loved it. She was talking to me and she said, one of them was walking by. I was like, it's great to see you. She said, you too, remind me your name. I said, Phoenix, please. I mean, my name is Lisa, but I go by Phoenix. And then Mario's like, nah, that's Lisa. I was like, nah, they actually call me the devil, but that's okay too. And that's really it too. Like, who are you to these people? Who are you? I'm the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm the witch that lives on the 5th floor. I'm God's messenger. Do you want my card? What do you do? All of this? Meditation classes, self-love sessions, shadow work sessions, oracle readings, exorcisms and house cleansings, spiritual growth readings, protection, banishment service, and chakra alignment. What do? I use the Holy Spirit proclaimed by Jesus Christ. Do you read my card? That's my card. That's what I do. That's what I am. Am I just my job? No. What I am, I created a job out of. Well, actually, what I am is the job. So, are you nothing more than NF the rapper? Are you Nate something something something, which would be a father of 2 and a 100? And what else are you if you're not a rapper? Sir Lewis Hamilton. If you are not British, sir, and you're not a Formula 1 driver, what are you? And that goes back to Kanye. We had this conversation 2 days ago. Kanye, who do you see yourself? Who are we supposed to know you are? Who do you think you are? Not in a condescending way. Who the fuck do you think you are, Kanye West? No, I mean it. Kanye, tell me how you see yourself from inside yourself. Do you see, and I've already done this with Marshall. It's called the mirror. Do you see yourself outside of yourself? Do you ever step outside of yourself and see what the world sees? Do you ever see yourself from inside? Do you ever just stop and reflect on the self? Do you make changes to yourself, or you just let yourself go crazy? Are you only a rapper? Have you forgotten about your role as a father? Your role as a husband? Your role as a man of God? Your role as a black man? Your role as a man in power? Your role as a community leader? Your roles. You have all these roles that you play, which are the parts of you. And that's what I said. My ego's played the different parts of me. Right? So, who are you? According to you. Not your bio, what you want to sell to people. That's a resume. That's your skills, and that's your quirks, and that's, your adjectives and nouns. Who are you? Who am I? And then I hear the Moana song. I'm a girl who lives on an island. But the sea calls to me. It's a discovery. It's the self-discovery. You discover who you are, but more or less who you're not. And in the part of taking off who you're not, you discover what you can be. Because it's constant evolution. Once you're doing this, is once you're pulling the strings apart, you're putting them back together. They're regrouping. That's a good one. Alright, let's move on. And as far as your appearance, that's not really far. Let's see, where's our shadow? Forgetting oneself. Let's look into the dark mirrors, shall we? Ricardo Minetti. Let's see, Ricardo, where are we at? This is not supposed to be in here. Okay, that was from Dante. We'll put that back. What's underneath Dante? The black, well, the masquerade is underneath. But we'll stick with the fragrances. Black flower fragrance. Okay, so I'm confused about the moon cycle because when I went out this morning, I think it was, or yesterday, I saw the crescent moon. I don't know if it's building or breaking. I don't know where we're at in the moon cycle. I just want to point that out. I'm completely lost in my moon cycle right now. Really? Yeah, I need to go get a moon. I need to just go to Isis so bad, bro. I need to get that other book, too. Gotta get out of this house. Alright, what do we got here? Full moon. The world is unfair. Fuck off, dear world. Fuck you. Hey, I feel that. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and I'm out. Alright, we want to go dark. Go black. Don't stop to the evening. Yeah, don't stop to the evening, but embrace the night. Love is not a white dove, nor it turns people into angels. Love can be ugly. Love can be cheap. Love can be rotten. But even ugly love has the right to exist. They're gonna hit a shadow. I mean, that's pretty much what I've been doing with Wolfman. He is going through, I don't even know what you're going through, bro. I can't even worry about what, I mean, I'm consciously aware that I'm having an effect on you, but I'm trying to deal with my own effects. Thank you. In the essence, it's like, this sucks. Even cheap love can raise the sky. Even rotten love has dignity of eternity. Even a black rose by no other name should smell as sweet. Even if you are wrong, you still have the right to be angry. Even if you're not perfect, you have the right to be respected. Even if you are stupid, you have the right to be listened to. I heard Forrest Gump. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Beautiful story. Even if you are lucky, you have the right to complain. Even if you are rich, you have a right to be sad. Even if you cannot shine because you are beautiful, then even if you even if you cannot shine because you are beautiful, then shine even if you are ugly. Shine because you are ugly, gloriously black, ugly as love, worn out as an angel, cheap as a crown, unconquered as a fragrance in the night. Vanity is what we've been highlighting this week. Appearances. All things beautiful. I'm sitting here with this. It's like, what is it? I'm not going to do this right now. You can wait until afterwards, and that's always the problem, isn't it, though? Have a bowl of cereal. Get out of my face with that. I will go to the store after, not now. You're not going to complain during my video and try to make me go faster. Oh my god. You could go to school and eat there. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Well, you could still go until it's dinner time. Going back to that, we went from, that's what it is even if you're ugly, you deserve to feel loved. That was number 10. Hey, dude, we're on time. I went to number 16, and that's what this one is. None of these cards are in order. Okay. Really? It doesn't appear to be. Where we are. The Wrath of the Minotaur. Hey, is that the Sagittarius? Really? Mm-hmm. Yup. 16. I guess, guys. I mean, I understand what drives you. And it's a desire to be, accepted. But I promise you, bro, you can't do this. There's always going to be someone or something more beautiful than you. Jealousy is not something I ever carried. I guess I always just accepted defeat in that area. Fine. There's no reason to compete. I'm not even going to try. Women have fought this battle for their whole lives. I'm not one to fight that battle of beauty. I find myself to be beautiful in all of my dark ways. Seen this picture that I posted with no makeup on, no eyebrows. That was my biggest fear, is anybody would ever see me without makeup on. No, I just don't. When my dog ate my teeth, bro, I cried for so long. I was so afraid that somebody would see. During that time, it wasn't too bad because you know what I mean? I still had masks and stuff from COVID, so I could hide it as much as I wanted. But then I just had to live with it. I had to live with it, dude. I didn't have them. I couldn't get them replaced. God did that over the summer, dude. It was a miracle. I had spent $800 on replacements from the first time she did it. I couldn't pay for them again. And I was, you know what I mean? Shit like that. I've had stretch marks since I was a fucking teenager. I could never wear a bikini.
I haven't yet.
You know what I mean? It's like I couldn't be one of those girls. And now that there's this weird science where, look, ladies, now you can be the most beautiful version of yourself. I've finally come to a place where I'm not that girl anymore, where I want to be that girl again. I'm trying to grow up. I'm trying to be one of the only ones that accepts it. I really like my white hair. I wish I could grow more of them instead of just like all weird places and they're all small. I wish it could all just turn white. That would be so pretty. I don't know. I just see it. And it's not scary to me. It's lovely. It's lovely to see your body change. It's like, wow, I'm changing. I don't know. I guess. Whatever. You go back to, you know what I mean, my most insecure days when I hated my body and how badly I would have wished for something in medicine to come and just, you know, I could pay to be beautiful. There was nothing wrong with me. I just didn't feel good about myself. There's women that are twice my size that are twice as beautiful as me. It's how people, you know, how you see yourself. That's all that matters. It's how you see yourself. If you don't like what you see, then you need to learn to love yourself more. You can't just sit there hating your body because it won't do what you want it to do. You can't just hate yourself because you can't get a six-pack. You can't hate yourself because you can't get rid of your belly fat. You can't hate yourself for these things. These aren't things to hate anyways. They're beyond your control. Every woman wants fucking the Kardashians' plastic surgeon. But what do we want them for? What do we get if we got it, right? What if we all got that small again? There would be no difference in nobody if we were all the same size and we all walked around all tiny. Then you'd really have to choose real hard. If they all looked like models, all a bunch of Stepford wives walking around, you better hope you have there's something else about you that stands out then. If all of you have perky tits and small waists and, you know, pretty hair. I guess. Wrath of the Minotaur. Dante and Virgil descend into a ravine into the seventh circle of hell where they met the dreaded Minotaur. He fumes in rage at them, gnawing at his own flesh. Half man, half bull, and utterly fierce with bestial. The Minotaur is an ideal guardian of the seventh circle where we find the souls of violent and cruel. This card connotes the danger of hot tempers and rash behavior. I tried to explain that to my daughter. Nobody seems to understand why that video made me cry so hard. I'm gonna cry right now. I just cried and I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you guys. Any other parent would be like, that's what they get. I'm so sorry for those kids. I'm so sorry for that family. No, I didn't want my daughter to be part of any of this. That was her friend, bro. She said, I have the messages. Can Gabby come over? That was her friend. Gabby needed a friend. And Gabby found a friend in Amelia. And Gabby's boyfriend made her jealous. And Gabby said she was going to fight Amelia. And this is what came out of it. Gabby got a skull fracture and lost her boyfriend, her only friend, and her opportunity to be part of high school. Her little brother stuck by her side, and he got kicked out of high school too. I'm so sorry for that. They were just trying to be, cool. I'm gonna beat you up because you took my boyfriend. Which she knew she didn't, but they had to stick up to it. And that was Amelia too. Amelia had to stand up for herself. I wish it didn't happen. I wish that she could have kept her friend. I wish none of this happened. I wish those kids could finish high school and she didn't. None of this happened. I know it's just kid shit, bro, and this is life, but I feel very bad for them. My ex-husband's family tried so hard to take my children from me. And when I found out that their kids were in foster care, bro, and had been there for almost a year, I cried, bro. My ex-husband cheated on me and had a baby and hid it. Years later, I found out the day it happened that baby had died in the care of foster care, and I cried. I don't want bad things to happen to people, bro. I really meant it when I shared that the other day. It's like, we are so protected, bro, and if you come near us, your life is gonna be forever fucked up. It was egged on, of course, and that's what it is, and I shared it. It's like, please, guys, teach your kids not to fight, bro, even if they take an ass whooping. I didn't teach my kid that, bro. I didn't teach my kid to do that. I didn't teach her to defend herself in that way. She just naturally has it in her because there's a outside world that's teaching her to be that. I didn't teach my kid to do that. She started that fight, bro. And what happened, you know what I mean, I don't feel good about any of this. I'm grateful that my daughter didn't get her head cut open. But it doesn't make me feel better that the other girl did. None of this makes me feel good. Those kids lost an opportunity. Their lives are forever changed. I remember when in 8th grade, when I got kicked out of school. It's forever changing. Over some fighting bullshit. Over some heated feelings, bro. By that time, it had already been a week. Gabby knew, bro, that Amelia had nothing to do with her boyfriend, bro. But she had to, maintain it. You know what I mean? Keep it going, I guess. Amelia kept going, and everybody kept going until it had to, you know what I mean? Until they had to make a fight out of it. What's really worth fighting for, bro? Like, how bad do your feelings get that you gotta put your hands on somebody? Came from domestic violence, and that's exactly what makes that. They can't control their feelings, so they put their hands on you. Both of his parents knew he was dangerous, bro, because both of his parents had been under attack by him physically when he was younger. They knew I was in danger, and not to think that the kids were in danger was stupid, too. Christian went after his dad at like 15, went crazy on him, and put him in the hospital. He did spleen damage and all kinds of shit like that. She had stories about having to tape him up with duct tape because he would go crazy. Multiple stories of where she taped him up, put him in a closet one time, or taped him up and threw him in the car and took him to his dad's. Did they create that? I'm not sure, but they knew he was violent. So when we started catching domestic violence cases, all they could think of was to take my kids and give them to him. He would have hurt them eventually, bro. He didn't know how to deal with his feelings, and he did it with his hands. He would have hurt my kids eventually. For you not to think so is you're a fucking idiot. He put his hands on anybody close to him, and he pulled guns on strangers. He's a very dangerous man. And when I came out and told people that, it's like, you know, they looked at the age, they looked at the situation, you know what I mean? It's like, he was like, you know, fucking young and, you know, fucking thin, and, you know what I mean? They just looked at like, nah, she could fuck him up. She's a fucking badass bitch. She's a badass bitch. But when you surrender and you're in a situation where, did I fight him back once, and I truly felt like he was going to kill me, bro. And I just didn't fight back no more. When it got like that, it was like, I'm not going to fight this because I've seen where this could go. And I could lose my life fighting back. You're trying to fight back, but you could lose your life fighting back or take someone else's. Did Cain mean to kill Abel? Or it was the heat of the moment? He couldn't control his rage. He couldn't control his jealousy. It was just jealousy. This card denotes the dangers of temper and rash behavior. It is tempting to take criticism or opposition against us personally, feeling hate in our hearts for those who do not seem to appreciate our vision or our value. Try to take a step back and cool your head. See the present situation as an outsider. How has your personal attachment affected your perception? This card also speaks of self-sabotage, as reckless behavior derails us from the path we had intended. You may need to rein things in. I am fully aware that I am pushing him away. Why aren't you stopping it? Because it makes me feel safe. He's aware of it. Everyone else is. Some patterns and behaviors you have to just be understanding about. What did you say, Bobby? It's been 84 years. Sorry, I did it again. I'm always going to push you away when I don't feel safe. Self-sabotaging, I suppose. But it's self-soothing. You've got to understand there's a problem. Something's wrong with me that I'm pushing you away. Do I really want you to go away? That's the question you have to ask. Something that Russ and I share. Why push you away? Because I have to face you. That's it. It's like, oh God. It doesn't matter how much I love you or not. In order to get anywhere near you, I have to face me. What's wrong with me? Memories, fears, pain, suffering. I'm not reminded about any of that. I don't have to remember how bad it was to be in a relationship until I'm getting close to one. And then I gotta remember it. And I don't want to remember it. But I can't be in a relationship until I remember and heal it all. I'm not pushing you away. I'm pushing away the memories. I'm pushing away the healing. Could be like Bobby and Runaway. Did a lot of that. I call it the push and pull of the twin flame. Realistically, it's like I'd love to explore this love, but everything about me is stopping me. It's like, are you retrograding? Are you patterning? Yeah. Sometimes you're just aware of it and you have to let the pattern play out. You know what I mean? Like, I had to let myself pattern with Bobby to see what the pattern was. I had to let this play out. This is nothing new. It's like, do you do this every time? Pretty much. I freak out at the idea of love. Is that terrible? Am I not allowed to? Am I not allowed to be afraid? Am I not allowed to run from this? Am I not allowed to try to self-sabotage this? If it works, is that a terrible thing? Doesn't that just state that I'm not ready? If I was ready and I was doing this, then that would be pretty self-defeating. But if I was ready, I wouldn't be doing this, don't you think? You could say it's a negative pattern, but I'm not sure that it is. It's just a pattern. It's just something that I do, that I'm trying to have more understanding about why I do it, and I do understand why I'm doing it. I have built up a whole fucking, you know what I mean, a whole year case file of why, you know what I mean, I was justified by not pursuing you, only for them to turn around and tell me to throw the fucking file out and pursue you. That means I have to take off every one of those fucking, those convictions that I had against you. They're convictions. This is what I believe. This is what I think. I've come to this conviction, this belief about you, based on this evidence. And they want me to, you know what I mean? Just forget it. Just forgive him and start fresh with him. That's what God always wants. And you don't know how to do that. And that's not easily done. Just forgive them and start fresh. But what about what they did? What about what they said? Well, work through that, and then that's it. And it's not that simple. Because even if I could forgive you, I still have all these fears of why I don't want to get next to you, which are legitimate fears of who you are. And based on who you are, my logical mind says, you're going to get fucked up with this one. This one is a walking red flag, bro. This dude's going to hurt you if you get too close. And realistically, he just wants your magical powers. And God said, go give it to him. You'll be okay. You're not going to get hurt. Nothing bad will come from this. Are you fucking crazy, God? Or I am. What kind of fucking shit is this? So yeah, it's not going so well right now. But it takes time to open up to a concept that you don't trust. That you don't trust. It doesn't matter. And maybe I get through all this and, you know, he's married with someone else. Like it usually happens. He's in a relationship and I can walk away and with just my healing, and I never had to actually be in a bad relationship with a bad guy. I have to get to a point by believing he's not a bad guy and that he could be relationship. And I couldn't see that from the day I met him. They tried to pronounce him as being an emperor, and I said it to him in the first message. I thought you were my emperor, but you're just a Knight of Wands. He became extremely fucking arrogant. He blocked me. He felt offended. And he showed me how much of a Knight of Wands he was. And now here they are again. This could be your emperor. He looks like a fucking Knight of Wands. Now I have a year to prove he's a Knight of Wands. Can you prove to my mind that you're not what it believes? Do you have to prove it? And that's the worst part. Are you what you really say you are? Like, am I wrong? And that goes back to Marshall's page. If I've never met you in my life, I had amnesia, I wake up, and they're like, this is your twin flame. You used to love this guy. I used to love this guy? Alright, let me check this guy out. And I'm looking for the love that I have for you on your page, Eminem. I'm looking for this love that Phoenix has for Marshall Mathers through Eminem's page. I'm trying to figure this out. I can't find it. I'm trying to look it through Russ's page, which everything about it doesn't... I don't like this guy. What do you mean I love this guy? I don't like this guy. This guy's an idiot. Why would I love this guy? Without those videos and my memory goes blank one more time, can you convince me that I ever even loved you? And why I loved you? might be the crazy part right there, if I was ever crazy. God made me see a side of you that nobody else sees, that nobody even knows exists. He showed me that part, and I was madly in love with that part and constantly looking for that part in you. But I couldn't find it. But while looking for that part in you, I saw all the other parts of you, and I learned to love them too. And that's how that worked. I never found the part where we connected. But there is a part where we connect. Just not here, not now, not present, not available. There is a part. I know that you guys are trying to be what people want, but what about, people like me and the kids that are looking at you for the first time? Are you selling us something that we want, or you're just trying to talk to the people like you? Why would I want to hang out with Russ, or Logic, or Lewis, or Royce, or Bobby, or any of them? Why? What about your page makes me want to be your friend, or your lover, or your wife, or give you children, or make music with you, or go out to eat, or do family vacations, or light fireworks, or have cookouts, or be neighbors? Something to think about. Because it's all about that, you know what I mean? Putting on a show. Putting on a show. I just got a download. That was pretty good. Where was it? I need to go. My son wants me to go take him to get some food, and I can use that as an opportunity to also go down to the bookstore and get all this shit that I need. What do you need? I need a fucking moon chart because I'm fucked off on my moon chart, and I need the new Sabbath book. Really? I need them. Where are we at? The tribe. I'm going to leave this here until our next reading. I've already given you another hour. It's Friday. I ain't got no job. Well, I do got a job, but I ain't got really shit to do. I'm going to take care of my family, and we'll do another reading tonight. We'll go deeper. I can pull out more dark cards. We're dealing with false images. And the left out parts of you. I see, as I talked about it, it's like I've seen it once. There's a part of Russ. I know that part. I've seen them. I've seen glimpses of them where they really showed their true self. They're very hard to find. Very difficult. It's like trying to find a picture of Eminem smiling. It's like impossible. Really? Yeah. After Logic deleted his page, you can't really see any sign of Logic. He's just trying to be entertaining at this point. I don't know. And that's NF. Who was he before he became this? What is he now? What's he gonna be after this? Shapeshifters, I suppose. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch up with you after this. Later, haters.